Okay, good morning. It's a lovely weekend down here. I don't know how it's going over there, but for me here, it's really going well. So I just got a particular realization this morning, and I feel like I should share it. Whenever I learn something, I do feel like sharing is the best thing to do because you never know who is gonna learn from what you've learned or who needs that same kind of lesson you've learned. And for today, I have learned that there were times we pray a specific prayer, and then God answers prayer. God hears as long as you're a child of God and you pray. God hears you. So when He hears and knows this is not what He wants for you, like what you're praying for is not what He wants for you, I feel like He makes you experience a little bit of that thing you prayed for, just for you to be like very satisfied, like come out of your own volition and know that that thing was not for you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'll give you an example. So there's this particular thing I've been praying for. I'd love to be very raw if you don't mind. I have been praying for a very good man. I was like, God, I want to date a good man, good morals, then well established financially, basically. Because I was like, okay, I'm just starting my own life, so I don't need to actually hook up with someone that's just starting up. So he has to be a little bit civilized so he can help me a little bit in all of that. So I prayed for it, like seriously. And then at some point, I saw those people, like those set of people, right, coming up into my life, and I was just like, okay, let's do it with one person. So, and like the person I picked, he actually wanted like a date. So I was like, okay, and guess what? The first day I went to his place, man, I was blown off my feet. I was blown off my head, my feet, everything. Like, I mean, everywhere was so set out, like fixed up. And I was like, wow, really? Like, wow. Like, I mean, everything was complete from the living room. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was so complete. And do you know how you just enter somewhere and you're like, can a place look as good as this? Like, can someone's house, like a single man's house, look as good as this? And then, after just everything, right? I just felt so disconnected. Like, I didn't feel connected or included there. You know how you just look at everything around you and you can't find yourself anywhere. By that I mean, let's say you're starting with this kind of guy that doesn't have everything, and then you guys move, and someday you guys get to fix everywhere, right? And then if there are 10 furnitures or 10 things in the living room, when you look around you see yourself in one. Like, but that I mean, you look around and remember that you bought one of that. Okay, that 10 beautiful chairs, and then remember you bought one, and then you smile and you like look at the walls, it's well tiled and painted, and then you remember you give ideas of what tile should be used, of the color and all of that. Like, that's where you feel included. But in that place I went to, I feel so disconnected, so not included. I felt like this place was not for me. And when I came back, I had to realize that maybe a complete, well said out, like, man is not what I wanted. Okay, it's not what I needed or God needed for me. That was why He had to expose me to that maybe particular person, yes, to make me have that experience. So I'll realize that that's not for me. That's not what He wants for me. So I just concluded that, wow, God works this way. So it could happen to you too. Maybe your own may not be the kind of thing I prayed for. It may be some other thing. And then He's making you to experience it little by little to make you realize that this is not what He wants for you. So whenever you get to encounter a situation like that, just know that God is trying to make you realize that the thing you're praying for is not for you, and that you should change your prayer point to some other thing. Because me, currently now, I now know what I'm praying for. I'm not praying for the same thing I prayed for again because of this realization. So that's my lesson for today. I hope you've learned something, and I hope it's going to help your life. And please, let me beg, don't come to the comment section and be like, so, and all those mean comments. Please. Thank you. Bye.